Welcome back to Myto, where myths and legends come to life. Today, we're diving into the darker side of mythology, the stories the gods don't want you to remember. What happens when the very beings you worship turn against you? When gods, sworn to protect their people, commit unspeakable acts of betrayal? These aren't tales of divine wisdom or heroic deeds. These are the moments when gods showed their true colors: selfish, ruthless, and downright cruel. Stick around till the end because the final betrayal will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the gods. Let's dive in. 1. Zeus betrays humanity with a flood. Zeus, the king of the Greek gods, wasn't exactly the benevolent ruler you'd hope for. In one chilling tale, a mortal king named Lycaon dared to test Zeus's omniscience. Lycaon served Zeus a meal of human flesh to see if he would notice. Furious, Zeus not only exposed Lycaon's crime but unleashed his wrath on humanity. He flooded the earth in an event eerily similar to the biblical Great Flood, wiping out nearly all of mankind. Instead of punishing just one man, Zeus betrayed his promise to protect mortals, sacrificing countless innocent lives to make an example of Lycaon. 2. Loki's treachery leads to Ragnarok. Loki, the infamous Norse trickster, wasn't just a prankster. He was a traitor to his own kind. His betrayal reached its peak with the death of Balder, the god of light and joy. Loki, consumed by envy, tricked Balder's blind brother, Hoder, into killing him with a dart made of mistletoe. Balder's death plunged the gods into grief and chaos, setting the stage for Ragnarok, the Norse apocalypse. Loki's actions didn't just harm one god, they doomed the entire pantheon. 3. Apollo's betrayal of Troy. Even the radiant Apollo has a dark tale of betrayal. During the Trojan War, Apollo aligned with the Trojans but later turned his back on them. In a moment of calculated vengeance, he abandoned the city, leaving it defenseless. With Apollo no longer protecting Troy, the Greeks were able to infiltrate using the infamous Trojan horse. The once glorious city fell, and its people were slaughtered or enslaved. Apollo's betrayal wasn't born of necessity but of spite, proving that even gods could be cruel manipulators. 4. Hera's vengeance against her own children. Hera, the queen of the Greek gods, was known for her vengeful nature, but few tales are as heartbreaking as her betrayal of her own children. Her stepson, Hercules, bore the brunt of her wrath. Driven by jealousy over Zeus's infidelity, Hera sent serpents to kill Hercules as a baby. Later, she cursed him with madness, driving him to murder his own family. Hera's vendetta against Hercules wasn't justice. It was a personal grudge that tore her own family apart. 5. Ra's bloody betrayal of mortals. In Egyptian mythology, Ra, the sun god, once ruled over mortals directly. But when humans began to question his authority, Ra's ego couldn't handle it. He unleashed Sekhmet, a lion-headed goddess, to punish them. Sekhmet's rage was so uncontrollable that she nearly wiped out humanity before Ra tricked her into drinking beer dyed to look like blood. Ra's betrayal wasn't just in sending Sekhmet. It was in the sheer delight he took in teaching mortals a bloody lesson. 6. Krishna's curse destroys his own people. Even Krishna, the beloved Hindu deity, has a tale of betrayal. After helping his people, the Yadavas, rise to prominence, Krishna's curse inadvertently led to their downfall. During a drunken brawl among the Yadavas, Krishna's own curse, meant to punish arrogance, caused their self-destruction. Krishna's inability to save his people, despite his divine power, raises troubling questions about the nature of his leadership. 7. Odin sacrifices his warriors for Ragnarok. Odin, the All-Father of Norse mythology, promised his followers glory in Valhalla. But this promise came at a terrible cost. Odin often orchestrated battles to ensure that the bravest warriors died, filling his halls with the best soldiers to prepare for Ragnarok. His betrayal lay in using his people as pawns for his own survival, sacrificing their lives for a future war they couldn't escape. 8. Poseidon's curse on Minos and his people. Poseidon, the Greek god of the sea, once blessed King Minos with a beautiful bull to sacrifice. When Minos kept the bull for himself, Poseidon's revenge was swift and cruel. He cursed Minos' wife, Pasiphae, to fall in love with the bull, resulting in the birth of the Minotaur. Poseidon's punishment wasn't just aimed at Minos, it stained his family and kingdom for generations, a betrayal that left his people cursed and broken. 9. Enlil's catastrophic flood. In Mesopotamian mythology, Enlil, the chief god, betrayed humanity in the most brutal way. When humans grew too noisy, disturbing his sleep, Enlil decided to silence them permanently by unleashing a catastrophic flood. This flood wiped out nearly all of humanity, sparing only a select few who were warned by other gods. Enlil's petty irritation led to one of the greatest betrayals in mythological history. 10. Athena's betrayal of Medusa. Finally, we return to Athena, the goddess of wisdom, whose betrayal of her followers is perhaps the most personal. Athena was known for punishing mortals who displayed arrogance, but her harshest judgment came upon her own priestess, Medusa. Medusa was assaulted by Poseidon in Athena's temple. Instead of punishing Poseidon, Athena took out her anger on Medusa, transforming her into a monster and cursing her to live in isolation. Athena's betrayal wasn't just of Medusa, but of the values she claimed to uphold: wisdom and justice. These stories show us that even gods, with all their power, can be deeply flawed. Their betrayals, driven by jealousy, pride, and vengeance, reveal a darker side of mythology, one that mirrors human weaknesses in the divine. So, what do you think? Were these betrayals justified? Or do they prove that gods can be just as fallible as mortals? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating myths and legends. Until next time, stay curious.